computers are what give the internet its power. They surround us, they empower us, they bind the network together.
Help me, Obi-Windows. You're my only hope.
Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid. I am Master Obi-Windows, and I am here to train you in the vast universe, the computers, and the internet. I have received many letters from viewers asking me how to use a computer, how to perform tasks on websites, and what technical terms mean in simple language. Let's proceed with our next letter, shall we? Matron Jira asks, Dear Obi-Windows, sometimes when my computer is acting up, I have been told by my tech support to unplug my router. Is that the small box in the wall my internet comes from? Matron Jira, likely you have two pieces of equipment bringing the internet into your home. A modem and a router. You will notice I use the Tatooine pronunciation there. The modem would possibly have been supplied by your internet provider, and it is likely in your home near where they performed that installation. The other piece of equipment would be a router. You can generally differentiate it, for most routers possess antennae protruding from the rear. Have a look for anything that could just as easily frequent the cantina in Mos Eisley Spaceport. The internet enters your home via the modem. It modulates and demodulates the information. Modem. On the other hand, a router masks all other computers behind it from the internet. It acts as a shield of protection, a force field, as it were. Websites communicate traffic in and out of your house all of the time when you are online, and whereas your modem facilitates that traffic, your router deflects any unwanted, twisted and evil visitors. The router stops such traffic, effectively places a restraining bolt on it, which is perhaps extreme. Perhaps a bit on the stark side. Then I hear you ask, Obi-Windows, how would switching off my router be of any help? Have you ever needed to restart your computer? I'm certain someone may have recommended it to you at one time or another as a way to unjar your computer when it gets stuck. Well, the router and modem can sometimes get confused as well. Therefore, some tech support may advise you to either disconnect your router or even restart it. And if your router is problematic, some technicians may even go so far as to suggest you bypass it and plug your computer directly into your modem. This is not the safest practice, but it is a valid way to confirm that your internet traffic is flowing freely. Allow me to demonstrate. This is my router. As you can see, I have a protocol droid watching over. As I mentioned before, it has antennae on it, so look for anything like that. That is most likely your router. How do you reset it? There's a couple of different ways, one of which is to find on the back, perhaps it will be a button like this. Simply press it in, or you may need to hold it. But another way that I find most effective, and this is usually what your tech support is referring to, unplug the power from it. You see how this is currently lit up? If I take the power out, give it a moment, and then plug it back in, that is a good way to determine whether or not having any trouble from the internet was due to your router itself. You'll see that it will now blink a few lights, which will take a few moments, but it will eventually come back, then see what your internet traffic is like. When the blinking stops, when you have a solid light, That indicates you are back online. And what we have here is my modem, with my R2 unit looking after it very diligently. The modem is always blinking a variety of lights, and you can see the network traffic at the bottom. Here, the modem is not functioning properly. Only one light is on, indicating any power at all, and the other lights are either not blinking or certainly not blinking as they should be. If I'm having trouble, what I generally do is unplug power. You'll see there are no lights at all. Give it a moment, then plug power back in, and momentarily you will have lights returning. It will do a little setup and reboot, but you will see each of the lights eventually come back on in sequence. The final light has finished turning solid green, and we have network traffic again. We are back on the internet. There you have it, Matron Jira. These steps are what is being recommended by your tech support when they suggest you unplug your router. It can be a more complicated technique for fixing any internet issues your computer may be experiencing. However, it is something tech support advise, and now you have seen it in action. With enough practice, perhaps it is something you too can one day master. Until the next time we meet, surf the web carefully, my friends. Your destination lies along a different path from mine. Farewell.